What's going on, everybody? It's your man Lyndon Britt from SuccessWithLyndon.com, also the founder of Home Run Marketing, where we cover all bases of your business. And today on Tips or Two with Lyndon, while Facebook is actually building my audience, let me know that everybody's coming in. It's going to be a lot of folks in here. I'm looking forward to about maybe 600 people. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever. If you're in this thing, if you're watching me live, if you're watching recording, appreciate you hopping in here. Let me know where you're viewing from. I myself am coming here from Dallas, Texas. We're going to make this a short one. I got this. I'm going to make this right to the point, jump right to it, because I've got something great for you at the very end of this thing. But I've got a question for you. How do you get top earners to actually mentor you? One of the things I was thinking about, a lot of people have mentors that you study, that even may be close to you. I know one of my mentors was actually very local to me, so it was a great thing to be able to be in the guy's presence. I actually love being in his presence. But how many of y'all have a mentor that's just like that you would actually love to work with, and you just don't know how you get this particular work with you? Well, this is what I'm going to express to you today. I'm going to share with you a way of how to actually get your mentors to work with you, to mentor you. Okay, how to get some of these top earners, the people that walk across the stage that you're always looking at, like, man, I would love to work with that young lady or that young man, whoever it is. I would love to absolutely work with them. So how can I do that? So that's what we're going to share today. So once again, appreciate you hopping in here. My name is Lyndon Britt from SuccessWithLyndon.com, and we're about to jump right into the content. And if you have any questions, have any suggestions, or have any input, please put it in the comments. I'd love to be able to find out what you're thinking about the content. I'd love to be able to find out if you have another suggestion that could actually add to the content that I'm sharing, that may be able to provide some value to others that may be viewing as well. All right, so how do you get top earners to actually mentor you? Number one, you got to ask to participate. A lot of times, if you think about your company, how many people are around, you have literally a lot of times hundreds of thousands of people that are really trying to grasp this one or these couple of people's attention. So how is it that you can actually grab their attention more or less than anybody else? You ask to participate. I don't care in what manner you ask how you can be of service to this mentor that you want to be around so much. If there's a big event that they're coordinating, hey, how can I do to help? Do you need me to hand out brochures? Do you need me to hand out programs? I'm already going to be promoting it, especially if they're part of your company. So you're already going to be promoting it. Can I help set up the stage? Can I help set up the arena? Can I help take tickets? Whatever it may be, I don't care what it is. There's a great event. If there's anything that's happened, you want to ask to participate. Number one, it gets your foot in the door as to getting yourself introduced so you can find out, so they can find out who you are. Okay. That gives you the opportunity. I don't care what it is that you're able to participate in that this person is having. It gives you an opportunity to be able to find out, for them to find out who you are, who your name is, whatever it may be. Okay. So that's number one. Ask to participate. Ask to participate. Another thing you do when you're around this person, listen for golden nuggets. So many people, even though you have a mentor that you want to be around, you want to work with, a lot of people get this opportunity, and the first thing they do, they just start going off at the mouth of what they want to do. Hey, I believe you can do this. You can help me do this. You can do that. You can do this, and all the other kind of stuff about what they want. Be quiet and listen. Be able to observe. Now, I want you to understand this. By listening for nuggets, when I say listening for golden nuggets, paying attention, is not always what this person says. You've got to just being around this person. You want to watch this person's demeanor. You want to watch how he or she carries themselves, the things that they say, how they respond to adversity. I mean, because not every program and every event that's put together is put together and all smooth. There's a lot of bumps that are along the way. It could be stage problems, could be organization problems, could be people, staff problems. It could be event location problems, whatever it may be. You find out how this person actually reacts to the things that are actually happening. You pay attention. Those are golden nuggets on how you can begin to carry yourself as well when you face adversity yourself. So you begin to pay attention. And when you are around, if you're able to be around while this person having a conversation, or you happen to be listening to them talk, listen how they talk on the phone. A lot of busy people, a lot of top marketers take a lot of phone calls. They are consistently on the phone. Pay attention. If you happen to be there without so much as being too inconvenient and invading their privacy, listen to how they're talking to people on the phone. Listen to how you'll get to find out a lot about a person just by listening to how they talk. So listen to how they talk to people on the phone. Listen to how they talk to people in their presence. Listen to how they react to people around. Okay, if you get the opportunity to be able to listen, perhaps they're sharing things that can actually change your business. So by you listening, it could affect how you do your business. It could affect how you grow your business. All right, now we're digging into things, okay? We're getting a little bit more in depth. So number one, you ask to participate no matter what it is that's going on. The second thing, you want to be able to pay attention to the golden nuggets that these top marketers actually give off that you can begin to implement in your own business. Now, this one is a vital key that I really want you to pay attention to, a vital key, okay? Now, here's that key. You ready? You ready for it? Do what they say and get a result. Do what they say and get a result. Now, a lot of people are like, okay, that's so obvious. They say this, you really want, if they're telling you to do this thing. Okay, the reason why it is very difficult to grab a top marketer's attention is because a lot of people hey, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And a lot of times a top marketer will tell them what to do and nobody does it. If you're able to do what they say, and I'm looking at my notes to make sure because I wrote some stuff down here to make sure. But if you do what they say and get a result, number one, it grabs their attention that you actually paid attention and did what they said to do. This is number one. Now, this is actually a lot of times surprising to the top marketers. Because it's not that they don't believe that what they're saying works. It's just that so many people ask them for the solution to becoming successful. And when they give it, no matter how they give it, whether they're talking about a book that they read, a program that they use, a system that they go by, or even exact how-tos, people say, well, how do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? And they go home and they do nothing. So for someone to come back and say, hey, I heard you say this and I went back and I got this result. I wanted to tell you thank you. Guess what? This person begins to pay attention. They know, oh, I'm so glad you got a result. Hey, I did this and got another result. Oh, this person is really paying attention to what I'm saying. He's starting to do these things to get a result. I like that. So, like I said, you begin to grasp their attention, and it's somewhat impressive to the top marketers because, number one, you listen to what they said, and then number two, you went out and did it and got a result. There's two advantages you have over thousands of people that they do the exact same thing for. Two advantages already. So, and what was I finna say here? So when you begin to do that, and you show that you're getting results, and this top marketer realizes that you're listening, they feel that you are beginning to be worthy of some of their time. Not that you're not worthy before, but you're proving yourself as somebody that's going to do what they tell you how to do. A lot of top marketers want to have that person that they could pass down information to provide a result in their business that creates a generation of wealth for them folks, because it shows them like, look, what I'm trying to tell you actually works, and it becomes a testimony. It becomes a testimony. And that's a great thing. So what happens when you begin to do that and you grasp their attention? Guess what? Now, like, hey, man, I did this, and they begin to know who you are. What happens when you want to have an interview with this person? Hey, perhaps one day, hey, I appreciate everything you do I've been getting results from the things you've been telling me. I want to know if it's possible I could probably have a 2 to 5 minute interview just so you can share a couple of things that you do, and be like, okay, I don't mind, because they see that you're worth the time, that you're doing what they said to do. So guess what? You get an interview. Something exclusive that a lot of people don't get the opportunity to be able to have. I give you an example. I've got a friend of mine named Joseph Walker. He's one of the guys that I'm in one of the groups in called Table Dreams. Love my Table Dream family if you all have to be viewing this. His goal was to be able to interview Ray Higdon. If you're in the marketing world, a lot of people know who Ray Higdon is. Now, Ray Higdon told him, say, if you want to do this, he gave him, if you want to do this, you have to do this. He asked him a question to see where he was in his marketing. And he told, and Joseph told him what it was. He said, okay, if you want to get an interview with me, a one-on-one interview, go out and do this. And guess what? Joseph went out and did it, and I'll be doggone, he has a recording of an interview, a one-on-one interview that he got the opportunity to have with Ray Higdon. If you want access to that, matter of fact, I will see if I can get in touch with my guy, Joseph Walker. If you want access to see what that webinar, it wasn't a webinar. If you want to see what that recording was, message me and I'll see if I can get a hold of Joseph Walker and see if he can share that for you, okay? Joseph's got a great list. He's growing a business that's phenomenal. He is growing a phenomenal business because he's going out and doing the things that these people are actually telling him. One of the things that Ray told him to do, he went out and he did it. So this is another person I would love to see in the future to find out what's going to be happening with his business. Joseph is doing some things that's great, but you want to get the opportunity that opens the eyes of people to say, look, I told this person what to do. They got results. I'm beginning to see that you're worthy of my time for me to take some time off to be able to give you an interview. It's not just an interview. What if you asked him to be a guest blogger? For like Ray Higdon, he's a blogger. That's how he ended up growing a lot of his business. He blogged. He was a huge blogger. What if you said you had a guest writer on your blog? So what if Ray Higdon actually got a chance? And this is just for example. I'm not saying Ray would, but or Mr. Higdon. My apologies. What would you say if he would actually be able to do a guest writing on your blog? Imagine what they do for your blog. What if you were able to hold a webinar? You say, hey, I've got a surprise guest. Be sure you're here. If you'd love to see one of the top marketers in the industry that's ever graced the stage at multiple companies, whatever, and they come and they find out who it is. What could that do for your business? Find out you get credibility from somebody like that because you did what they told you to do. You show yourself worthy of their time, so they begin to pour back into you. And now what happens? This is where the explosion of your business begin to happen. This is where you get to get top marketers that's meant to you. Okay, see, it's not, a lot of people think it's all about the money. Well, top marketers, you have to pay them to be able to understand it's not all about the money when it comes to top marketers. They're already making money. They're already making money. I mean, that's when you go into coaching and stuff like that. Yeah, that's understandable. But as far as having a few minutes for your time, you're not talking about becoming a client of them at the moment. If you want that attention, you've got to begin to do the things they're telling you. Now, this is where it's going to benefit you even further. Are you ready? Now, you've already gotten to the point where you ask to participate. You participate in everything. You listen to the golden nuggets and you begin to apply what the things you saw, the thing you visualized. You saw how they reacted to the people. You saw how they acted to the phone call. You saw how they acted in adversity. You listened to how they talked on the phone, how they talked to people around it, how they talked to their team, their organization, the others, their family, even if their family around. You paid attention. You saw that. Then you went and did what they said. You shared those golden nuggets that they shared. You went and did what they said. You got a result. You came back, you told them about the positive result. You continue to do it. You mastered it. You got it down to where you're creating income. And just to let them know, hey, what this did works for me. I want to tell you thank you. Is there any possible way I can get some of your time to be able to do it? And they're impressed because you did what they said do. You've got an interview. You got the webinar. You've got a guest appearance or whatever. Now, guess what happens? How your business explodes even more because that top marketer now markets you. Now, you try to figure out, now, how is that possible? Now, how are you talking this top marketer is actually going to publicize me? I don't understand. He's the one making all, he or she is the one making all the money because you become a testimony. I give you a proof. How many times have you listened to a top marketer in any industry, in any niche? How many times do you listen to and they tell the story of somebody that has gotten a result that they shared? Hey, I remember one time I was training a client that so-and-so. They may or may not give a name. A lot of them actually give names. I was training a client. I'll never forget this young lady. Her name was Susie Ray, or his name was Joseph Walker, for example. Whatever it may be. And they give an example, but I remember I told them to go do something. And I've been telling millions of people the same thing and nobody. And Joseph came back to me. He said, you know what? You told me to go do this and I did it. And a few months later, matter of fact, it only took him a matter of a few weeks to actually get those results. He came back to me. He said, you know what? You told me if I wanted this interview, I had to go do this. And I went out and I got it. And I was able to do a one-on-one interview with this gentleman or someone, whatever that top marketer says. But understand, how many times have you heard a top marketer actually promote somebody that did and got a result from something that they told them to do? You hear it all the time. It goes from Eric Worre. It goes from Ray Higdon. It goes from anybody else that you see great. How many times you heard Les Brown probably mention somebody that he's worked with? I was working with a client that's so. They don't always give the name, but a lot of times they tell the testament of people that they work with that have gotten positive and great results based on them listening to them. Am I wrong? Exactly. So when they begin to give you praise, especially if they mention your name and say your name, what else could that do for your business? Imagine if that person says something and all of a sudden everybody wants to know, who is this person he spoke about? Who is this person she spoke about? Whoever on their stage in their presentation, and begin to Google your name or they begin to look up who you are. All of a sudden you start getting impressions on your website. You start getting people want to know who you are because of someone who gave a testament of you getting the result based on what they said. This is where your things begin to change in your life. The same exact thing happened to me. The same exact thing. I took a course from using the platform that I did, and I was very quiet throughout the course. It was a 6-week course, and it was teaching over email marketing. And while everybody was making noise during the beginning of the course, everybody was doing this in the groups, and everybody was doing that, writing this and so and so, and kind of doing their stuff. And all of a sudden, probably a couple of weeks to a month outside, everything just died down. Everything began to die down. And that's when I came alive. I said, you know what, it's time to start implementing the stuff and make sure I'm doing all these things. And I began to write my letters. I began to write my emails and share my emails each and every day within that group while nobody else was looking. I kept thinking, is there even point in me doing this? Because I wanted to know if anybody was even paying attention. And the person that actually taught the course reached out to me and it was telling me, you're doing a great job. You're a great ride. And when it came to the big event, because going to big events is great, you get the opportunity to be around these top marketers. That top marketer, that top person, that 7-figure earner. And I'll give you an example. Just in January, she had made 6 figures by January 3rd of 2017. 6 figures. Wow. 3 days into the new year. But when we went to that big event, she knew who I was by name. And so did a lot of other people in that same group. And guess what happened? When she went on stage and she did her speech over email marketing and everything else that she covered, because she covered a lot of that topic, guess what she did? She told me to stand up, and she pointed me out in the crowd, and she spoke a little bit about what I had been doing. Now, guess what that did for my business? She spoke of praise and testament of results that I have gotten based on me taking the action on the things that she had said doing. And guess what? I'm still doing it today. It makes a difference. If you want to learn how to get a top marketer to mentor you, begin to do the steps that I say. Ask to participate. Listen for the golden nuggets and pay attention while you're around them. Do what they say and get a result, and watch them sing your praise and begin to sing your testament and actually start to promote you by sharing what you have done based on you listening to them. All right. Hope you got some great value from this. Hope this was a wonderful value message. And I told you I got a gift for you. Now, you talk about top marketers. If right this very moment, there's a top marketer having a webinar that's showing you how you can close more deals in your business. If you want to know exactly what and when to say to a prospect to help you close a deal, to close a sale, you want to find that out right now, you have access to be able to hop on the webinar. Go ahead and hop over to successwithlinden.com/hangout. HANGOUT. I will post it in the comments in just a moment. But if you want to get on, listen to a top marketer right now. This woman went from zero, making nothing, almost being unemployed with 2 teenage boys, to making 6 figures within 1 year time period from following the system that she said. And now she's teaching other people how to do it. She's a top marketer in her niche, in her industry. Her name is Erin Birch. If you want to know her, register right now, successwithlinden.com/hangout. I'm about to head over there, listen to what she's got to say, get some more nuggets, and apply what she says to be able to grow my business, because I want her to sing my testament as well. All right, y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. Hope you got some value. If you're watching the recording, sorry you missed this, but you can get access to this webinar if you like. And if you want to see that one-on-one that I told you about by Joseph Walker and Ray Higdon, let me know. I'll see if Joseph would be willing to be able to share that with the folks that check this out as well. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. If you got value, like, comment, and share this thing out to your team so you can begin to find out how you can get more action in your team by getting them mentored by top earners as well. And you enjoyed this video, I've got more of it at successwithlinden.com, and you can also find me at facebook.com/LindenBritt, the number 2. That's LindenBritt 2. All right. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. I'll see y'all over the webinar if you get registered at successwithlinden.com/hangouts. See y'all later.